At Merchant Taylors' Boys' School, Canon Armour retired in 1903 and was followed by Henry Craddock Watson, who, alongside with Miss Bolton, presided over the transfer of the running of both schools to a board of local governors instead of the Merchant Taylors' Company. This new board took over in 1910 and was the beginning of the direct grant school, ensuring the continued expansion and development of both schools. During the reign of Craddock Watson, the Cadet Force was formed. In 1912, a company of cadets with affiliation to the 6th Battalion Liverpool Regiment was set up. It was recognised as a cadet corps in 1915. Several former pupils of the school were later connected with the 6th Battalion during World War I, and some of their names can be found among the 155 old boys of the school whose sacrifice is commemorated in the War Memorial. The corps became known as the Combined Cadet Force after the Second World War. Craddock Watson retired in 1929, the year Canon Armour died, and was succeeded by Reverend Charles Russell. It was he who reorganised the house system and gave the houses their present names: Harrison, Stevens, Waring, and Armour, after the school's founder and 3 of its headmasters. Russell saw the school through the trials of the Depression of the 30s and saw it once again grieving for former pupils following the outbreak of the Second World War. Numbers fell sharply, and by the time of his retirement in 1942, there were only 400 boys remaining in the school. Thomas John Pinches York came to the boys' school when Russell left. Having seen out the war, he remained until 1964. In that time, he began a new phase of building, which was continued under his successor, Mark Luft, who had previously been Senior Classics Master at the school. The War Memorial Gymnasium was opened by Lord Tedder in 1956 to commemorate the fallen of the Second World War. The names of the dead are recorded in the memorial book, which was dedicated in 1952. It's on view in the tower entrance. In 1956, the Armour Building was extended to include a chemistry and biology lab. The York Building, housing a woodwork room and art room, was opened in 1959. A major building project took place in 1966 when the Williams Hall was built and the original Great Hall was converted into a library. The hall was named after then Chairman of the Governors, R.D.L. Williams. The Luft Building was erected in 1975 and housed extended chemistry and biology labs. The following year, 1976, saw the direct grant disappear, and both schools had to decide whether to join the state system or become independent. They opted for independence, and development continued apace as the swimming pool was opened in 1978. Followed by the Music Building in 1984, partly financed by a bequest from W.H. Barra, a former senior history master. Named after former senior master Noel Wiley, the Wiley Building opened in 1987. The ground floor was a sixth form common room, while the upper floor was occupied by modern languages, with 3 classrooms and a language lab. In 2012, the Ian Robinson Sports Centre was opened, named in honour of a former member of staff who was killed in a whitewater rafting accident in Australia while on tour with the school's rugby team. The centre was built on the site of the tennis courts, which had themselves been built on the site of a pond, which had formed part of Canon Armour's garden. In 1970, Luft retired and was replaced by David Johnson Jones, who was in turn replaced by Simon Dawkins in 1986. Following his retirement in 2005, David Cook took over, to be followed in 2017 by acting headmaster Daniel Williams, and in 2018 by present headmaster David Wicks.